Tonight, on Be Something Wonderful, how letting go and doing nothing gives you everything. I am your host, Tom Karen, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. I got an email from a subscriber this morning that said, Tom, I'm a bit confused. I've been living in the feeling that my SP is asking me out and messaging me constantly. I've been persisting in this feeling for months now. 2 weeks ago, I stopped following him on Instagram because I wanted to keep my head clear. I wanted to clear my head. And then just 2 days ago, after I posted some artwork that so my friends could see, he stopped following me. Now I don't know what to do. I just don't understand it. And I know you said there's nothing that I can do wrong, and there's nothing to do, but this is not working. Can you unpack this? Well, guys, we're going to unpack this tonight and more. The first thing I want to point out is that efforting, trying to do something, is not persisting in your wish fulfilled. Persisting is not effort. Persistent is living in that state of wish fulfilled because it's already done. Right? You're persisting because it's already yours. There's no more wanting. There's no more longing because you can't want and long for what's already yours. Persistent is not effort. It's consistently maintaining that state that it's already done, that your wish is already yours. That's the first thing. The second thing is that if you're with your SP, if you're living in that state and persisting in that feeling of wish fulfilled, that you're with your SP, that it's done, then you wouldn't stop following someone that you're with, someone that you love, someone that you want to be with. So there's a disconnect there. Your actions don't match your wish fulfilled. Right? So when we say there's nothing to do, we really mean it. There's nothing to do but adopt that state of being where it's already done, where you're already with your SP, where you're already living that fulfilled wish. You're already with it. You're happy, right? You wouldn't stop following someone that you love and that you're with. That's what we're talking about, right? So let's unpack this a little bit more. Here's what Neil Donald Walsh says in Conversations with God. I think it's book 3. Very powerful sentence. You cannot do your way to being. Hear that. That's big. You can't do your way to being. What they're referring to is the be-do-have paradigm, right? Where in the 3D world, we flip the paradigm. So we feel that in order to have something, we got to do something about it. Or we got to do something to have something, right? And then we'll finally be something, right? It's the do. We think the doing and having will lead to the being. I'll be happy when I have more money or I have my SP. Then I'll do everything that I've ever wanted to do. Hear how we have it flipped? It's the being that matters. It's being in that state of wish fulfilled, being that which you heretofore were wanting to be. That's what we're talking about, right? And it's about getting out of your own way. Let go. That's what that expression means, let go. Let God, right? And Jesus said it, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. Jesus is the way. Get out of the way, right? Get out of your own way. Get out of that. The Christ in you is that dimensionally larger you. Get out of that way of that power. Right? So it can bring you everything you want. Let go and let God. That's what it means. I'm the way, I'm the truth, I'm the life. Right? God is the way. God is the life. God is the process. Right? So you're meddling in the process when you try to do things, like unfollowing your SP, for example. Right? Trust the process, because when you do, you're trusting God. Hear this. God's life, God's the process, God's love, God's everything. So when you trust the process, you're trusting God. You're putting in the hands of that dimensionally larger you to now bring it about. There truly is nothing to do ever, right? When unwanted things happen, see the perfection. When things come up that you judge as unwanted, see the perfection in all of it. Only decide what circumstances mean to you. That's what you do. You decide what those events mean to you. And judge them like God did, as good and very good, right? And so there's nothing you have to do. This is what Walsh says through God. There's nothing you have to do, right? It's the be, do, have paradigm. Go for the being, right? In the state of being, you are wanting for nothing. You just are. This is what spiritual teachers call the allowing state or the receiving state. Right, there's a state where you're it's the default state. That's where magic happens. That's your natural state, the state of allowing and receiving, right? And then the doing and the being follows that. The doing will be natural as you're led by that, as you're moved by that dimensionally larger you to have everything you want. Wanting, when you're going for the doing and having and trying to force things, you're wanting things to be different than they are. You're powerless here. The only power you have is the power of the 3D world, and that's puny compared to the power of that dimensionally larger reality. God's power, it's puny. You can knock it out. You can get a few things done in the 3D world for sure. Right? You can accomplish something, but it's all struggle. It's all sacrifice. It feels hard. Let it come to you. Let that get into that allowing state. That's your natural default state. That's where magic happens, right? Genevieve Davis says, do less than you could possibly imagine. Do less than you can possibly imagine. That's what the receiving state is. That's what the allowing state is. It's about doing less than you can possibly imagine. I love that, right? She says that in her magic books, right? Do nothing in this, and so it's not only not physically doing things, like not physically going into your Instagram and unfollowing your SP, but do nothing with your thoughts. Right? If they're unwanted thoughts or negative thoughts, do nothing with them. Don't try to run away from them or fix them, right? Do nothing with your feelings. So if you have negative thoughts that conjure negative feelings, do nothing with them. Resist nothing. It's a state of total non-resistance. That's where everything comes. That's where God is. That's where the magic happens. God doesn't have 1 ounce of resistance, right? So do nothing with that. It's when we start thinking. And that thinking sets us into action, right? Do nothing with those thoughts and feelings, right? Resist nothing. The old way is about hard work. It's about struggle. It's about sacrifice. You can accomplish some things the old way. Sure you can. But it's puny. It's minuscule compared to what you can accomplish when you let that love, that wisdom and power of God flow to you and through you and move you to everything you want. Wow, that's powerful, right? Wanting something to be different. That's what all that old way comes about. We want something to be different, so we start thinking about it, and we start feeling negative, and we start working harder and struggling and sacrificing. We try to be and do our way to everything we want, right? What do I need to do or have to be happy? Right? And said, be happy, be in that state of wish fulfilled. And then whatever you want will come to you. You'll have everything. You'll do things for sure, but you'll be led by that dimensionally larger you, right? The divine way is being. It's about doing nothing. It's a state of grace, ease. It's the receiving mode. It's receiving everything. Here's what Walsh says, or God through Walsh, right? What you experience yourself having or doing will spring from being, not lead you to it. Right? It will spring from your state of being in your wish fulfilled. Everything you need to do will lead to what you will lead you to everything that you want to have, right? And here's what Genevieve says. By wanting things to be different, you are resisting what is. You're resisting God. You're resisting the present moment, right? You are deeming the present moment somehow not good enough, or that it needs to be changed or fixed, right? Can you imagine? When you want things to be different, you're deeming that God, something's wrong here with God. There's nothing wrong, guys. It's all there. When you're in the present moment, you're in the receiving state. You're in that state of receiving and ease and flow, right? Here's what Genevieve says, and this is really powerful. The path to everything you ever wanted is simple. Do not resist anything. The path to everything you ever wanted is simple. Do not resist anything. I love that. That's it. It's total non-resistance, right? That's the receiving state. It's a state of trust. It's a state of trust, acceptance, and non-wanting, right? And then here's what Neville says. If it is necessary to take some action, you will be led to do so in a normal, natural manner. You do not have to do anything to help bring it about. Here's Neville also piping in here, giving us the path, giving us the formula, right? If it's necessary to take some action, you'll be led to do so in a normal, natural manner. You won't even know you're doing it, right? You do not have to do anything to help bring it about, right? With you unfollowing your SP on Instagram, I feel some anxiety in that, some wanting, right? Things to be different. You're wanting to do something. Maybe you even want a reaction from them. Well, you got it. You stop following you. This is what happens when you start forcing things, right? Let it be, and your SP will be there, because when you're there, it must happen. When you're already in that state of wish fulfilled, it must happen, right? That's how you let go and do nothing. That's how letting go and doing nothing gives you everything. I am your host, Tom Caron, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, like and share our videos. That's how we get our message out. Hit us up on Facebook at Be Something Wonderful, on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Caron, our website at tomcaron.com or besomethingwonderful.com, or write me anytime at info@besomethingwonderful.com. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, with great love, this is Tom. See you soon.